Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life on Rue du Chateau. It's been a strange last few days here. I'm going to be completely honest. I've had a lot of people show up at the door that I didn't expect. Some friendly and some not. So check out this week's episode. I'd love to hear what you think. So the first visitor that comes to my door, visitors. I'm sitting inside and I hear the doorbell ring. There's someone at my gate. So I rush down there and there's 3 people standing there. And so I say hello. And they explain to me that they are the descendants of someone who used to live here. So I think, oh, that's so great because I would love to know something about the house. Well, they're here because they spoke to the previous owner. Now, I don't know when. I don't know if it was the day before or 3 years ago. They spoke to the previous owner and said that there was a box of family photos and documents dating back to the 1700s. Now, they're not related to this house because I know through our acte de vente, which is like the purchase, not the selling agreement document, that those people only lived here for they lived here for 50 years. So that's as far back as the history as I know. But they talked to the previous owner and he said, oh yeah, it's in a box in the attic. So they show up, very nice. They were so sweet, asking if they could pick up that box. And I'm thinking, I've been up in the attic and there's nothing in there. It's empty. So I say, well, this door, where are we? That door up there leads to the attic. You're welcome to take a look. So we'll show you what we did. So we walk up here. Yes, I put blue painter's tape over a hole. This was another bird entrance, and I'm tired of birds coming in here. There are a lot of birds in here. This is our attic. Yes, it's creepy. It's dark. There are holes in the floor. But I said, well, there's a box, and it is that box right there on the steps. It's small. There's one photo, and there's some papers in it. Well, apparently they're just health records, and it is not the box they were looking for. So I invited them to look around in here. I said, you know, I don't enjoy wandering around in here. That's why I'm not going in here right now to show you everything. But this is the barn. And so we walked up and down and everywhere. We did not find the box. And understandably so, they were disappointed. I mean, we looked everywhere that we possibly could, up and down the attic, everywhere in the barn. We found nothing. So they were a little frustrated, like, well, why did he tell us it was here? And again, I don't know when that conversation happened. It could have just been tossed in the move out because literally the whole house, they cleared it. The only thing they left me, of course, were a couple of toilet brushes. That's it. So I got their contact information and I said, listen, if I ever come across something, I will definitely call you and reach out and pass it along. So that was not something I expected, but again, they were so sweet and so kind that, yeah, I'm happy to help them out if I can find a slice of their family history. Well, you just never know what's going to happen. Let me tell you a little story. My daughter and I were just taking the dog on a walk. We went around through the place in town, come up to her front door. There's a man there. So I said, yes, hello. And he's like, I'm looking for this address. And I said, well, that's right here. And he said a lot of things very quickly. And basically that he's here to cut the power to the address, which is our basement apartment. Like, huh. Well, it's when we set up our address and everything here and all the electricity contracts, the water contracts, it's all been very confusing and didn't have a lot of people around to help us understand at that point in time, especially with it being multiple meters and things like that. I mean, even like our gas bill. I know we're on city gas here, and I had to call the company after a while and go, I have a gas line, am I paying gas? Like, what's happening here? And they're like, okay, yeah, here's your contract. Okay, well, I believe something similar has happened with our basement apartment. Even though when I signed up for it and I wrote 2 meters on our contract, they just flat out ignored one of them and only put one on. I have the original still, and it has both meters on it. And if they didn't include both, well, how is that my fault? We don't even use the basement apartment right now, so it doesn't matter that there's no electricity, but that's what that man was here to do. And he was not nice. And I let him in, and I walked him right over to the meter, and I'll show you what he did. Okay, so we have 2 meters in here. I know we have 2 meters. Again, I put both meters on our electricity contract. They're way up there and right here. I put both meters on there. They only put one on. Oh, there's a huge spider right there. Okay, let's get out. Okay, I can deal with spiders. Huge ones, no. So anyway, he cut the electricity. Some of the words like, electrical meter terminology, I don't know a lot of that vocabulary. We didn't cover that a lot in high school and college, and I'm figuring it out and I'm learning. But he got very frustrated when I didn't understand some of the things he said. But he's not here to be a nice guy. He cuts people's power for a living, so his days probably aren't great either. So again, we're not using the basement apartment. I don't need electricity down there. As far as I know, everything's shut off anyway. It's just frustrating that I had that meter on our contract. And they're like, oh, it hasn't had a bill been paid or whatever. Something else to deal with this week. All right, I've got a question for all of you out there. This is the Grand Salon, we think. We have no idea what things were called. We don't have one of those sort of blueprints, if you will, about the house. The previous owners used this as their dining room, like formal dining room. So we will probably do the same. But I've got a question about the fireplace in here. I love it. It's my favorite fireplace. Everything from just the stone, just this beautiful, the veining and everything, whatever it is, it's gorgeous. And the detail on the surround, absolutely love it. But my question is about these tiny particles that are blowing out from, I don't know what this is called either. The door, the door, I don't know what that is, the door to the fireplace, the cover thing. There's all these like particulates. It's kind of the weight and size and consistency of kitty litter. And I will clean it up off the floor. And then a few days later, or maybe more, there's more of it. And if it's a windy day or something, it tends to blow out onto the wood floors. Can you guys tell me what that is? This is a wood burning fireplace. Does it operate? No idea. I don't know anything about any of our fireplaces. Could any of them be used? Not a clue. They did not tell us in the diagnostics, which is kind of like the home inspection. No mention. So we have no idea. Just another helpful transfer of ownership, isn't it? But yeah, I'm just curious. And just, Don't you love this fireplace? It's so beautiful. The one over here in what we use as our TV room is not as pretty. And I question, like, what happened to it? Where are we? Here we go. Like, it's this stone, but it's just strange how dirty it is. And then this kind of hearth surround thing has like, it's like someone just splattered stuff all over. I have not even tried to wash this off yet. Like what was going on here that made it dribble and messy? I don't have a clue. Something that might sound silly, that I've also been doing a lot of is dusting the walls. This is my handy dandy Norwex dusting wand. I don't know what they call it, but a lot of these, oh, even up here, a lot of these walls, which are wallpaper, have just gobs of dust, like just hanging off of them. So using this just like gets it right off. It's amazing. Makes it less, you know, creepy old house feeling. It gets it clean. The only thing I'm missing that I couldn't bring, if any of you are familiar with like Norwex, I love Norwex. This is not an ad, I'm just telling you, are the mops. And on this, I could put the mop handle and reach up really, really high, but there was just no way to ship those here because they're just so big. So I'm kind of heartbroken by that. But if I could find a substitute to do that, you know, just pop it on here and I could get way up high and dust all the cobwebs and stuff up high, that would be great. And something else I will be doing today. I picked up the xylophene. This is the non-spray can that won't be just going all over willy-nilly like I tried last time and it freaked me out. I should have known better, but I thought, oh, it'll be easy. No, it was not. It was a disaster. So here we go. That was take two. That was a complete waste of time and money. So now I've got this can and a paintbrush, and I will paint it on the cabinet that's downstairs that has active woodworm, because we had cleared away the dust, came back several months later, and there was just 3 little piles of it. It's just on a bathroom vanity that's not special in any way. It's just in our basement apartment, so, which does not have power now, of course. Don't need power to paint though. And it's plenty sunny out, so I've got the sun to guide me, and I'm just going to take care of this. So I will get working on this. I'll probably show you that for the next episode. So stay tuned for that in a few days. As always, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you, and I love hearing from you. I do appreciate all of your support, as always. And just pushing through. We've had ups and downs in this house in these last few weeks of just getting used to life and figuring things out, navigating all this admin and just trying to do things right when no one's really there to guide you. Just trying to figure things out. So thank you again, and we'll see you next time.